You know what they say about third dates. They get pretty serious. Are you sure this is your dream daddy? I am fucking sure! I am so ready for this to be my dream daddy. Guys, I'm sure. Finally. Finally! Ever since we had that picnic in the graveyard, Damien and I have been spending a lot of time together. We go on nighttime strolls pretty regularly. He was so impressed with the first letter I wrote him that he insisted we only communicate by post instead of through dad book. I initially protested, but he gave me one of his old signet rings to use as a seal for my letters, and I just couldn't say no. Hanging out with that goth dad again? Please, Amanda, you know his name. And yes. Be honest with me here, Pops. Is he actually a vampire? I remember you inviting him to our household that one time, and I've seen The Lost Boys, and I honestly would have preferred trying to see if he could have walked through the threshold of our home under his own power. Dots. Yes, Amanda. I have become Damien's familiar. I am compelled under his curse. I'm sorry, sweetie.
Dad.
Turn into a bat. I don't think... What's the point of being a vampire if you can't turn into a bat? Familiar is different. Okay, well, I'm off. Are you taking the car, or are you flying off into the night on the leathery wings of a bat? One of those. While I'm out, can you throw away the garlic bread that's in the freezer so I don't die? That would be great. I'm keeping it there as insurance. You understand, right? That's my girl. I love Amanda. Ooh, we get Joseph's background setting. I don't know how I feel about that, but okay. Hopefully that changes soon. Alright. Damien and I walk along the water's edge, chatting. Damien's cloak. He hates it when people call it a cape. Damien's cloak flutters behind him in the breeze. I just clicked off the game. This is gonna seem like a silly question, but why do goths wear black? But this is purple. This isn't black, but okay. Gothic subculture has always been associated with death, so it would make sense that the style surrounding it would be greatly influenced by mourning. Interestingly enough, though, was that in the Victorian era, Queen Victoria herself mourned the death of her late husband for 10 whole years, wearing black for the rest of her life. If that's not goth, I don't know what is. I have another question. Go ahead. How are you so comfortable with death? You mentioned in the graveyard that it helps you appreciate your life or something. I've experienced several losses over the course of my life, and I truly believe the only manageable way to cope with it is to accept that death is simply a part of living. It's the single universal truth for every human who has ever lived. I am going to die. You are going to die. And life carries on without us. Doesn't that make you feel scared? Not at all. Without the advances of modern science, death was everywhere in the Victorian era, and yet funerals were major social functions. Victorians were obsessed with mementos of their loved ones, even going so far as to take elaborately staged photographs of their dead relatives. I remember that. Yes, they do, and it's kind of creepy, but legit. The of mourning was so complex that there were set periods of grieving that were deemed acceptable based on who in your life had passed. Now, we don't have any of that. If you lose someone, you end up feeling lost. You end up feeling lost yourself. Okay. Pretty sure that's written wrong, but okay. Because we have no modern equivalent of those formalities. We need to allow ourselves time to grieve, to feel that loss fully, but not allow it to consume us. So no, I am not afraid of death. I believe it is a waste to spend your life dreading the end of it. The time we have here is brief and fleeting, and occasionally cruel, but it is at all times precious. To stare death in the face and live despite that, I think, is a noble existence. Let's save the mourning for the dead. Wow, that's beautiful. I can sense the moonlight. I can sense it. I can see the moonlight and the bay glint off Damien's eyes. He smiles. We turned to the harbor and watched ships pass, breathing in the salty sea air. I looked to Damien again, and can't help but be entranced by his charm, his mystery. I find everything about him so fascinating. I lean in closer to Damien, closing my eyes as I do so. I'm so sorry. I have to take this. Oh no. Damien steps away. It's Lucian again. Damien steps away from me to answer his phone. Oh no, I hope it isn't Lucian again. After speaking in hushed tones for a few moments, Damien returns to me. Everything okay? That butt is so loud. There's an emergency. Lucian? No, thankfully, but I must take my leave. Oh, okay. Is there anything I can do to help? Dads do have to stick together, right? You know it. Then come. There isn't time to waste. I must save. This music always puts me on edge, guys. Guys. After a short drive in silence, we arrive at a run-down building on the outskirts of town. Where are we? It's better if I just show you. Who's in the hospital? Oh, is it a pet? I see cages. I push the surprisingly heavy door open and find myself in a dimly lit waiting room. A few rickety chairs line the wall, and there doesn't seem to be anyone behind the front desk. There are a few paintings and pictures on the wall, but they're so nondescript I'm still unsure of what kind of place this even is. Wait here for a moment. I'll be right back. Damien walks off down the corridor, his boot heels echoing through the halls of this seemingly empty building. Distant howls echo through some place I can't see, and there's a faint scratching sound, like claws on tile. It's a fucking vet, buddy! It's clearly a vet! There's a brochure with a cat on it! I cautiously peek down the hall and find stall after stall of scared-looking dogs. A few of them notice me and skitter up to the chain-link fence, sticking their noses through to sniff air. Maybe it's not a vet. Maybe it's an adoption place. What have I got myself into? Suddenly the lights shut off. I panic, unsure of where I am or how I can get out. I stumble through the darkness, my breathing getting heavier and heavier. Damien? The lights finally turn back on. Mary? Does she work here? Hey, sailor. Mary, what are you doing here? You aren't here for the fight. A good thing I walked her home. You aren't here for the fight club? I don't want to get punched in the face. Great, because this is an animal shelter. That's what I thought. Okay. I thought it was a vet first, but yeah. What? You don't know what that is? We take care of stray animals and then people adopt the stray animals. Didn't you see the pets when you walked in? Sorry. I didn't really expect to see you volunteering in an animal shelter. Rude. Ugh. Wow. Okay, kid. Way to put me in a box. Dames? You hear this baloney? Oh, Damien. Dames? Dames. Interesting shorthand, but okay. Just one moment. Thunder cracks, and the door bursts open. Appearing from the shadows I see Damien? I love his hair up. I love it. Damien? Hey. It's Damien. He looks completely different. No cloak, no Victorian era clothing, no makeup. Oh, he's not wearing makeup. I didn't even pick up on that part. Aw, he looks so cute there. Okay, you got the... I literally recreated that, camera. Stop it. That crease in the cheeks. Anyway. I wasn't planning to share this side of me until much later, but I'm not as goth as you think. It's fine. I'm a systems administrator for the IT department of a realty company. Realty? Right, that's how you would say that. Anyway, systems administrator. Okay. I wear tennis shoes to work, and I listen to Bruce Springsteen. I enjoy going to the hardware store and looking at storage solutions, and I volunteer at this animal shelter in my spare time. I'm boring. No, you're precious! I'm fascinated with Victorian history and the goth lifestyle. That much is true, but it's just not all that I am, and I need you to know that. I'm down on the floor. It's fine. Oh, I hate to kill the moment here, but there's some pressing business that needs attending to. Oh, right. It's Duchess Cordelia. Of course, there's a name. Again? Who's Duchess Cordelia? Oh my god. You hear this, bitch? I love her though. She's one of the pups. She gets out all the time. She somehow learned how to open doors, and now she's unstoppable. She sounds like she should be adopted so fast. When did she get out? This morning. I went to go sing sea shanties to the cats, and when of course you did. And when I came back, she was already bolted. I have to stay here with the pets, so I need you two to go and find her. Of course. Where could she be? She always ends up running off to the same places. Here, let me draw you a map. Mary starts scribbling on the back of a pet adoption form. She's very smart, ruthless even. You need to stay on your toes and get her back by sundown, or else she turns into a werewolf and starts eating people. What? Dots. You're a perfect little peach, Kyle. That is the best way she could have put that. Best way. We just don't want her to be stuck outside when it's cold. Oh. I'll grab some treats and we can hit the road. Damien and I look over the map Mary created for us. I love that. Okay, wait, I'm saving. Well, I know it's saved, but I'm saving again. The ocean or whatever. Oh no. So this is gonna be like Craig's. No. Oh no. That was the worst. Okay. Coffee spoon. Nerds. Wait, hold up. Mario Batali? Kale. That's totally Craig. Coffee Dad is clearly Matt. Nerd's house. Is that me? Am I nerd? Other nerd. Wait, shit. Which nerd am I? Mary's sick pad. Smalls? Robert. Right, drinking. I forgot his last name. Smalls. Dames. Damien. Aw, she put a heart next to his name! I didn't realize she was close with anyone other than Robert, so this actually makes me happy. Like that she's got other outlets too. Okay, so who's Mario Batali? Oh, so other nerd, so that would probably be Hugo. I'm guessing that's Hugo and me. Because Joseph is your neighbor. Okay, so this is me, and this is Hugo? Hugo lives next to Damien? So then, who's Mario Batali? Is that Brian? Who's Mario Batali? Okay. That's weird. I wonder why. Maybe cooking? Oh man, I'm Nerd's house? Oh well, maybe I should have read! At least you're not other Nerd's house. Looks like you're moving up in the pecking order. So I'm above Hugo. Eh. Congrats, kiddo. Oh, it's because I walked her home! I wonder if it would have been switched up if I didn't walk her home. Maybe she doesn't remember that though. She was kind of drunk. Where should we head first? I'm gonna get this wrong and I'm gonna save. I'm probably gonna have to reload this. Damien and I exit the parking lot and start driving toward town. I look over to him. He seems concerned. Shouldn't be too hard to find the Duchess, right? She's a pretty big pup. Mary wasn't kidding when she said that that dog was smart. One time she correctly guessed the winner of the Kentucky Derby. All right. It was really great year for the bark bark. Bark bark bark. Dots. I don't know. What do you think our odds are, Kyle? I'm gonna find it because I'm gonna keep reloading till we do. So, Ben and all be who enter. I'm gonna say this will be. I'll say gotta stay positive. My dad once told me, Kyle, you can't shove raisins up your nose. And that hurt my feelings. I felt discouraged, but I kept a positive attitude. And you know what? I made it happen. Ew. I didn't think I was going to tell a story like that. Might have landed me in the ER and forced me to have 10 golden raisins removed from my nasal cavity, but on that day I learned that anything is possible if you have a good attitude and abnormally large nostrils. Young children really are resilient, I suppose. That's hysterical. Hi, yes, young children. I was 16. I'm so glad I clicked that, though, to find that out. Let's just hope for the best. I'm gonna say yes, though. Or reload and say yes. This will be easy. No sweat. If I can wrangle a toddler who suddenly decides that she's princess of the drywall and then spend 3 hours trying to fish out a toddler of the crawl space in our attic, I can find a dog. It was Amanda. Amanda did that. Let's just hope for the best. Either way, it doesn't... His glasses are gone. He looks equally adorable. I don't know if any... I feel like nothing could be better than that. We got this. We got this. Okay. You park in front of Matt's coffee shop and walk inside. It seems like a slow day. Matt... I thought I saw a cat from a corner of my eye. I'm like, how? Seems like a slow day. Matt sits behind a counter reading a book. Hey, Matt. Didn't expect to see you two today. What's up? Have you seen any stray dogs around? Can't say that I have. You looking for one? Can you describe them to me? Enormous. That pretty well covers it. Cool. I find strays digging for food scraps in the alleyway out back sometimes. I'll sure keep an eye out. We head back to the car. This is gonna be one of those where I have to go to a place and then go back to it later. Shit. Does anyone know what the right order is? Bayside. We arrive at the Bayside. Just like old times, eh? I remember it as if it were yesterday. I mean, earlier today. So what do you think? Any sight of the pooch? None yet, although who knows if she made it onto any of these ships. The Duchess would do that? I wouldn't put it past her to know how to navigate through rough seas without a compass. Very smart. Pops? Damien and I turned to see my daughter. Amanda, what are you doing here? Did you think I just stayed inside all day vegging out on the couch and watching TV? Oh, sorry. What are you doing?
Right.
I'm heading home to veg out on the couch and watch TV. Had to get a burrito first. Young miss, have you seen a dog around here?
Right.
Oh, you bet. I saw a Pomeranian with a bow around its neck. I saw an big old Doberman named Harry. Then there was a stroller full of Yorkies, a Greyhound, a Golden Retriever. Did you see a Mastiff anywhere? Oh, it's a Mastiff. Yeah, it's a big dog. That's a big dog. It's a puppy, though. How big is this dog? How old is really the question. No dice. I would have definitely remembered that. I gotta run, though. This Rito has about 10 minutes before the cheese breaks down in the molecular structure of the tortilla and makes it all soggy. You understand? I do. Of course. Have a lovely evening, Miss Nguyen. Aww. Shit, I'm not gonna find this dog. Oh, I'm supposed to say cul-de-sac, all hope, coffee spoon, softball, Bayside. How many goths does it take to screw in a light bulb? Okay, so that's like the stuff. Okay. Oh, that's what you mean by chat choices, just locations. Okay. Well, I'm gonna... Okay, so I already fucked up. Cul-de-sac. Damien and I sit in the parking lot. Alright. Abandon all hope, ye who enter here. But below, look upon God's creation and retch with horror at what he hath forsaken. Hell is empty and the devils are all here. He fucking loved that. Thank you for putting that. I was not expecting me to say it like that, though. I wish sometimes it was a little more descriptive. Dots. Nice. I thought that would cheer you up. I didn't know that's how I was gonna say it. Let's just hope for the best. We got this. All right. I may need you to copy and paste that again later, but hold on. If it goes beyond my vision. We drive through the cul-de-sac and everything seems to be pretty normal. It looks like Brian's doing some yard work. We pull into Brian's driveway and hop out. Hey, don't step on the grass. We just mowed. Have you seen any unusual activity in the area today? Aside from your underwater lawn? Oh, here we go. No, don't. Nope, stop. How dare you? I take my lawn care very seriously.
Oh, no.
Kyle, please. You haven't seen a dog run through here, have you? He's like, Kyle, just go over there. That's fine. I agree. Just push my dad aside. Just leave him in the car. Don't let him buy Brian. Well, a little while ago, I heard Maxwell barking at something. When I came outside, my garden had been torn to shreds. It's going to take forever to re-till this soil. That could be a dog, or a rather feisty raccoon. Whatever it was, it must have been hungry. Ate all my tomatoes. I'm very sorry to hear about your garden. If you need assistance restoring it to its former glory, please don't hesitate to contact me. Will do, buddy. Good luck finding that dog. No. She's probably still hungry. I wonder if she's looking for more food elsewhere. This be the spoon? Yeah, coffee spoon then. Okay. Coffee spoon? Literally the order that it is on the list. That's fine. Have you seen any stray dogs around? Actually, yeah. Of course, now you have. I caught one digging through the trash earlier. It ran away when I tried to get close, though. Did you see what direction it ran in? Matt thinks for a second. Might have been running east, I think. That pup tore through 3 parts of old banana bread Kennedy's. Want to take some for the road, just in case? Sure thing. Matt packages up a slice. Aw, thank you. Thanks for the slice. The road slice. This banana bread is going to be so good. I think he meant for you to give it to the dog. Yes, he did. Kyle? Right, I meant it's going to be so good for the dog to eat. Damien's just like, Brian, go over. Or, Kyle, not Brian. Kyle, just go over there. Just stop. Just drive me. I feel like we're on the right track. You think? If we keep this up, we'll find Duchess in no time. Yeah, no, I would never have. Okay. Hey, if you like dogs so much, why don't you have any? Lucian is severely allergic. I wouldn't put him through that. Aww, precious. But there are still dogs in my life, so for that I am grateful. Aww. There's about to be one more dog in your life, buddy. Splendid attitude. Let us not waste any more time. Verily. Verily. Yeah, softball field. You go in fucking order! Guys. Literally. We drive to the softball field. It looks like Craig's team is practicing. I wonder if any of the new kids saw something. Any of the kids saw something. Craig spots us and jogs over. Softball bat slung over his shoulder. Hey, bros, what's up? Craig, you wouldn't have happened to see a dog around here, have you? One escaped from the animal shelter and we're trying to locate her. I don't think so. Maybe one of the girls saw something? Girls! Hi, Amanda's dad. Hi, Lucian's dad. Hey, we have names. Girls, have you seen any dogs around? There was a big dog here earlier. She ran off a while ago, though. I don't think she had her owner, but it really wanted to play. We tried to play fetch with her, but she just took the softball and ran. I think she ate it, actually. She was a lot of dog. Here, take another softball. Might come in handy later. Many thanks, Craig. Aww. Bayside. We arrived back at the Bayside. Just like old times, huh? I remember as if it were yesterday. I mean, earlier today. Softball field, Bayside. Okay. I do. Of course. Have a lovely evening, Miss Nguyen. Matt said the Duchess went east from the coffee spoon, but there's no sign of her here. I suppose we need to go not so east? I fear that the hours are growing short. We must make haste if we're to find the Duchess by sundown. Damien's looking more stressed out by the minute. Oh, he's smiling, though. I gotta think of something to lighten the mood. I'm gonna save. I know I saw what the answer is, but what kind of dog does a vampire have? Knock, knock. How many goths does it take to screw in a life bulb? I probably would have chosen that one to see what it would have been, but anyway. I don't know. How many? 1. Goths are very capable, especially when looking for a dog. Damien smiles to himself. That was hella cute. That was a great answer. I keep reading Damien's directions from the map as we drive around town. Alright, so now it's aquarium? Okay, aquarium. Let's do it. Damien and I stop by the aquarium. Everything looks in order here, but it might help to get out of the car and take a look. You see anything? No dog here. Not even any sign of her. Did you know that penguins are considered goths of the sea? Damien, I want to believe you so badly. Alright, and then cul-de-sac. That's what it says. Cul-de-sac. Let's do it. We arrive at the cul-de-sac to find everything looking normal, except... Uh-oh. Hugo's front door is wide open. Can she open doors? She can open doors. This is classic Duchess Cordelia. A telltale sign. We should approach with caution. Whatever goes down in there, I've got your back. We creep up onto the porch and step inside. That is a hella cute dog. She's huge! I love her. She's so happy. Also, Damien looks so fed up. There, sitting in the center of Hugo's living room, like she owns the damn place, is one of the biggest dogs I've ever seen. So she's gotta be like almost a year. Like, woof. Well, she hasn't broken anything in here yet. Wonderful. Now all we have to do is get this leash on her before she tries to escape again and get out of here before Hugo comes home. Easy peasy. Duchess, come here. The Duchess eyes Damien warily. As she approaches, she begins to growl. Really? She's on her guard. We'll need another plan. Hand her the dog treat, try the softball, give her banana bread Kennedy! I reach into my pocket and pull out a slice of banana bread Kennedy's Matt gave me. Duchess sniffs the air and hones in on the bread. Come here, girl. Nice and easy. I've got some yummy homemade vegan and possibly gluten-free banana bread, if that's what you're into. Duchess cautiously approaches me and gives the bread a good sniff before gently taking it from my hand and dropping it on the ground, like dogs always do for some reason. She curls up and starts munching on the bread. Success! Damien walks up behind Duchess and attaches the leash to her collar. She immediately notices and starts whining. It's time to go home now, Duchess. Damien gives a tug on the leash. She won't move. Duchess, what happened to our rapport? You and I used to be bosom buddies. Really? Bosom buddies? What does that mean? Yes, absolutely. I want to make sure. Okay. So that's it. I got her. So she still doesn't move. She's huge. There's no way we could even try to lift her. Well, this is a weird situation to be in. I think we're literally trespassing in our friend's house with this large dog. What are you nerds doing? Pretty sure it's Ernest. Yup! Ernest stands in the doorway with a plate of pizza rolls. Save. Don't tell your dad about this. We're definitely not trespassing. What flavor of pizza rolls are those? What flavor of pizza rolls are those? Pepperoni blast. Nice. Looks so surprised. The Duchess notices Ernest and starts pulling against the leash. Why is this dog in my house? Duds, thank you for the host. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see what this dog's about to do, guys. It's a long... Duchess suddenly breaks free from Damien's grip and hurtles, towards Ernest. Oh no! Ah! Ernest and the Duchess fall to the ground. Pizza rolls fly everywhere. This is bad. Ernest, are you okay? Dots. Ernest feeds the Duchess a pizza roll. Hey, she likes pizza rolls! Ernest sits up and the dog keeps licking his face. Aww. Ernest seems happy. That's cute. Oh my god, are they gonna adopt Duchess? So cute. Oh no, Hugo! Oh, hey. Hugo stands at the door looking like he's at a loss for words. Why are you guys... Whose dog is this? It's a long story, but it involves a large dog who knows how to open doors. Boof. Hugo, may I present to you Duchess Cordelia? How do you do? Boof. We're friends. Aww. The Duchess licks Ernest's face. She's from the local animal shelter. She got out, and we've been chasing her all around town. Your house was her final stop. Dad, can we keep her? Ernest, I don't know if we're set up to take care of a... Wait, did you just call me Dad? Come on, please. Look how cute she is. Hugo sighs. We had been talking about adopting a dog for a while, but you have to promise me you'll take care of her. Yeah, I'll give her all the pizza rolls her little heart desires. That's not how you take care of a dog, but cute. I suddenly remember who's on the back of this map and pull a pen out of my pocket. Oh, adoption form! Got the forms ready for you if you're interested. Oh, but Mary's map! I'll even waive the adoption fee since, you know, we technically broke into your household. Well, alright, it's a deal. Hugo steps onto the porch with us and signs the form while Ernest plays with Duchess inside. Cute! Aww. He sure seems happy to be with his new friend. I know. I know. He called me Dad. Can you believe it? Cute. Although he did say when we were romancing Hugo, he did say, be nice to my dad. So cute. I didn't realize it was Phare. Dog. Oh, have a great time getting food, Dunce. Have a great night, though. Thank you so much for the host in the mini raid. Thank you. I think it was a raid. That's why I said mini, because I wasn't sure. Because no one said raid. But welcome nonetheless. Hugo, you see nothing? Well, apparently he really likes it, so I'll take it. Damien places a hand on Hugo's shoulder. I certainly can. I think this will be really good for Ernest. It should teach him some responsibility. You should probably look into getting better locks with the drawers, though. The Duchess is a wily one, but do right by her, and she'll love you too forever. Aww. Thank you. Aww, cute. And long story short, the Duchess now lives in a happy home, and neither of us were charged for breaking and entering. So all in all, I think it was a fine day's work. Nice work, you two. Kyle, you could be a valuable asset to our team of volunteers, you know. If you ever feel like petting some puppies, hit me up. Mary, I always feel like petting puppies. Good to know. Well, I'll catch you fellas later. Mary starts to leave. And one last thing. Damien's been telling me about you. Glad he finally brought you around. Aww. Oh yeah. Damien's my special boy. I love him. We go way back, and I got a vested interest in his health, success, and well-being. If you ever hurt him... Mary. You can fill in the blanks. I gulp. Yes, ma'am. Mary leaves me alone with Damien. That's... So, about the whole goth thing. Oh my god! I actually like Mary a little bit better. Oh, that makes me angry though. That makes me super happy. Oh my god. I completely understand if you aren't interested in me anymore. Why wouldn't I be? What? Am I missing something here? I'm not a cool goth prince. I'm boring. I own 5 pairs of tennis shoes. I wear dumb glasses. Don't you care? You look so nervous. Damien, do you really think I only like you because of all of your goth stuff? That's all cool. But the best thing about you is how passionate you are about the things you love! Ah! Okay, sorry. I'm very passionate about this! History, art, Victorian fashion, dogs, storage solutions, it doesn't matter what it is. You care, and that's awesome. And also, the glasses are very cute. You don't think I'm boring at all? If you're boring, then I don't know what that makes me. I spend too much time online shopping for flashlights. I get excited to mow my lawn on Saturdays. I get cranky about commercials being too loud. I've even been thinking about making my own peanut butter. Then maybe we can be boring together? It would never be boring if it was with you. Damien suddenly closes the gap between us and pulls me into a hug. Oh, he buries his face into my shoulder. His hair smells like lavender and rosemary. Of course it does. I was so scared you wouldn't like me. Quite the opposite. Damien pulls away for a second and looks me in the eyes. Without the colored contacts, his eyes are so dark and soulful. Oh, what are his colored contacts? His eyes look exactly the same because they didn't illustrate it differently. So I'm curious. But okay.
Oh.
May I kiss you? He's the first one to ask. Of course. Does a bat have wings? Thou art welcome. I'm gonna say that thou art welcome. I'm gonna save that. Hey! Verily, you may take upon yourself the... You know what? Just kiss me. He smiles slightly and leans in, giving me a gentle kiss. Damien pulls away and gives me an intense look.
Huh.
Do you want to help me take care of the puppies? Yes! That was so pure! Damien and I arrive back at the cul-de-sac, our fingers intertwined. Like a proper gentleman, he walks me to my doorstep. This was lovely. Thank you for understanding. Thank you for everything. I'm very happy I can be myself around you. I'm glad, but I have one request. What's that? Can we keep sending each other letters? But of course. Damien kisses me one last time before turning around and heading home. Aww. Fucking Amanda. Amanda runs back to the couch from the window and tries to look as nonchalant as possible. Hello, Father. I was sitting here on the couch the entire time. Hi, Amanda.
Huh?
So, are you guys, like, starting a vampire coven together? Oh, plot twist. Mothman. Damien's actually Mothman. I didn't see it coming either. Genius. Well, whatever's happening, I'm really glad you two are happy. You deserve it, Dad. Aw, shucks. I'm gonna head to bed. Catch you in the morning? Sure thing. I make my way to my room and fall into my bed with my heart full. My heart full? Excited for the days to come. Aw, that was super precious! No bang, just cuteness. I'll take it. That's hella cute, though. Hey!
Wow. My stars, this... Never in a million moons have I had a date such as exquisite as this one.
That was perfect. I'm glad it was different. Food channel. Dad nap. Fang, huge. Goth, huge. Map, and dog, huge. Okay, cool. Great. I got Dreamiest Daddy and I got Interview with a Vampire. But I got Dreamiest Daddy because I did them all. Hey. Damien's in the last set of clothing. Because that's how Hugo was. Hugo was in his t-shirt. Although we ended the date on his t-shirt. Damien switched back, so I'm kind of surprised they kept him this way. Also, he's looking at me this time. But every single other time that, for those that don't know, every single time that it's been this group picture, Damien is the only one not looking at me and always looking at Amanda. Always. Sad Turtles, thank you for the resub for Prime. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Damien is so cute. It's so true. Oh, ooh. I walk over to Mary, who's having a lively conversation with Amanda. Actually, I think this was said in Robert's route, but I'm gonna re-say it because it's specific to Damien's. Aw, thank you, gay goth guy. Thank you for the bits. We have to have a real... Oh, okay, this is actually different. We have a real fluffy Samoyed right now. His name's Harold. Loves belly rubs. He always tries to lick your face if you get too close. Miss Christensen, thank you so much for telling me in great detail about every single dog currently in the animal shelter. Please tell me more about the Afghan with 3 legs again. Sure, Quadro, we call him. He's one of those ironic names. Quadro, yeah. You know, if you're really interested, you could probably I could probably steal one for you. Really? Nah, but I could get you in to meet all of them. We could always use extra hands around the shelter. And if those hands also happen to steal a dog, I'm glad you two are able to bond over cute dogs. Really warms my heart. Dad, we're having a moment. Hey, Sailor. Your kid's a good egg. Where's your goth prince? You two are usually attached at the hip these days. He's around. Stellar. Mary turns her attention to Amanda. It's not too hard to sneak a dog into college. Trust me, I did it plenty back in the day. At one point, I had 3 cats living in my dorm. I decided to leave them to it. All of a sudden, huge dog leaps up into my arms. Duchess! Hugo and Ernest run up to me. That's cute. And Duchess gives my face a few broad licks and hops down. We're working on that. Got her in a disciplinary class. She's a wild spirit who runs where she may. I don't mind at all. Looks like the 3 of you are getting along nicely. She's a valuable addition to the clan. If I hold up my homework in front of her, she'll eat it. Cool.
I don't know.
We'll deal with that later. Duchess Cordelia spots a squirrel and darts. Duchess Cordelia spots a squirrel and darts across the yard. Ernest follows her, laughing. He's actually been a lot more manageable lately. I think taking care of the dog is good for him. Thanks for breaking into my house, I guess. Anytime. Hey, Amanda's dad. I turn to spot Lucian, walking up to me. Yes, Lucian? Thanks for inviting me to your party. Anytime, bud. I know we had a rocky start, but I'm glad to know you. I hope you know how much your dad cares about you. Yeah. My dad's had a rough couple of years, and I know that it must not have been easy to raise me alone. He's kind of a weird guy, but I love him a lot, and it seems like you make him happy. So, you're cool in my book. Thank you, Lucian. It means a lot to me. Sure. And let me know if you want me to give you a stick and poke sometime. What? Thanks for coming by, Lucian. See you around, Kyle. Aww. I take a seat next to Damien as the last guests make their way out of the party.
Oh.
Did you know that in the Victorian era they would call benches seedy boys? What? Really? I'm kidding, Kyle. But what if? It's good to see you in your civvies again? Civvies? Thank you. I had a revelation the other day, Kyle, and I think it was largely due to your continued influence upon me. There was a version of myself that might have been embarrassed to show you my true form, my information technology form. But what you said about me, about my passion, was what you truly admired. That emboldened me to feel like myself regardless of how I choose to dress and act. Instead of separate entities, they are simply different facets of myself, a 3-dimensional human being with his own thoughts, wants, and needs. I love dressing the way I do, but feeling constricted by what I thought was my own personal brand made me lose sight of why I did this in the first place, to make myself happy. I place my hand on Damien's and feel a light squeeze. Looking up, I'm greeted by Damien's warm smile. Oh, I'm trying to be more comfortable with who I am, rather than dwelling on who I could be to other people. I can't stop smiling. I'm so proud of him. Damien, I'm so happy you've realized that you can be a dog-loving goth. Me too, Kyle. Me too. I feel myself inching closer and closer to Damien. I go to brush a lock of hair out of his face, and I'm shocked at how soft it is. How is your hair so soft?
Oh.
Dog shampoo. I keep running my hands through his hair as he leans closer to me, placing a hand on the side of my face. He strokes my cheek with his thumb. You know, public displays of affection were considered scandalous in the Victorian era. Damien pulls me in for a kiss. But I think I can make an exception for you. Dog, cute! Super cute. We're done. We're done. That was super cute. A lot of goths are in IT, just saying. Yeah, that's probably true. No, Lucian's surprisingly kind of sweet underneath the spiky jerk exterior. Yeah. Civilian clothing, kind of like plain clothes. Gotcha. The Emmas were jerks in other runs. Yes. The Emmas were jerks in the first 4 I did, and then the last 3, they didn't exist. Like, they were only mentioned at the end and that's it. Like, in Brian, Matt, and Damien's routes, you never find out about the drama that goes on with Amanda. You never see her cry. You never, like, deal with that whole situation. And that situation, I think, is really important to your bonding with Amanda. But I will say, that was acceptable with Damien's route, I think. Totally acceptable. I have to be mean to her. I'm not doing it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do any of the mean routes. I'm too innocent. I just want happiness. I'm done. Done. They're done. Guys, they're done. Although I'm a little confused about something. But I wonder if it's something that was explained outside of the game and never in the game. But thank you for the bits, Timmy Phare! You're the dreamiest, Daddy! My voice cracked. With your enthusiasm. Thanks for taking us through this awesome story. You awesome person, you. Thank you so much, and thank you for donating to charity, too. Thank you for the bits. Guys, they're loving chat. Thank y'all. Oops. Thank y'all. I must put another slash. Thank y'all. It isn't necessarily being mean, it's being a helicopter and it makes her afraid to be on her own. Is basically my life at age 18. Oh no, that's sad. That was cute, Meandre. Hello! Hello. Oh, didn't do it. It's fine. What's the picture? I like it. It's appropriate. That's so appropriate. Yes. Yes. It's super sketchy, but it works for the graveyard. I'll take it. Damien is done! So what confused me? Okay, so I thought that picture, yes. So from my knowledge, that spoiler knowledge was that Damien's transgender, but I never saw that in the playthrough. Like, I never saw anything that would have hinted at that or anything like that. I thought we were maybe gonna see him shirtless and he'd be in a binder or something, because apparently I made my dad transgender and I didn't realize that. I didn't realize that's what the binder meant. My bad. But which, I mean, I don't mind being transgender. My bad for not knowing. But apparently Damien's supposed to be transgender. So like a lot of people got really upset by that fan art that made him a girl, because it's like undoing all the work he did. Although I disagree with that, because in an alternate reality then that would make the guy the girl. So that would be a guy to girl transgender instead of girl to guy. But okay, I don't know. But also the person who did the art did not know that at all. But a lot of people like know this is like canon Damien's transgender. I didn't encounter anything that told me that. So I'm confused. He is, but I think you have to pick a wrong answer. And so he like says it. It is spoiler knowledge, but I guess only if you go through a certain thing. He says something about a binder at some point, but blink and you'll miss it. Oh, got you. I don't know if he said it with me, but maybe he did and I missed it. But I feel like we didn't bang at the end and stuff, so I think he is more, I think this works for him. I think it works for him very well to not be partly undressed, personally. Oh no, I'm ending! Thank you for the host, Gab! I just thought it might make sense in general for Damien, because Victorians were all like, no limbs, no ankles, no visible skin except for face. That's what I was saying, and he was saying no personal displays of affection, and also we only ever kissed. It was never hinted that we banged or anything like every other dad. Well, that's not, yes, every other dad. Every other one. So Damien literally is meant to be more of a romantic than anything else. Like, he's just fucking pure romantic. But yeah, like, that's why I was like, I know that he is trans. I know, because I saw so many things about it. But where did it tell me? I guess I just missed it. Maybe I just said totally wrong things. I was just too perfect for him. It doesn't matter to me. I don't care. I knew that and I was like, I'm even more intrigued and I want to play him even more. I was so excited to do Damien's route, guys, for all of the reasons. I knew I was going to get along with him the best. I wanted to see how they tackled the trans thing, which apparently they just if you did all the right things, it never happens. But, and I really like the way Damien looks. Damien's totally my type in every way. So I was really excited by all of this. I love Damien. He did not let me down, and I am so happy. So freaking happy. Then recap. Out of the people who I've dated, basically, I would say Damien's my favorite. His was literally felt like I was going on dates every single time. It didn't feel like, oh, are we gay? I'm not sure if we're gay. Oh, we're kind of gay. We're really gay. So it didn't really feel like that. Bad way of putting it, but that's what it kind of felt like for some of the dates. It felt like, oh, we're friends. I don't know if we're, because even if you're friends and it turns into romancing, then again, this is based off my experiences. I don't tend to friend people first. I tend to be like really fast and flirting. So that's just me. My preference. These are all my preferences. I jump into it. I just YOLO. So when it comes to dates, I YOLO. And so Damien's probably the most perfect example of how I treat dates. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. It's fine. And then we're friends. It's fine. But Damien was probably the most natural for me in all responses, and then also with the way we worked well together. I think he was absolutely my dream daddy. I'm so glad we saved him for last. I was so afraid he wouldn't outmatch Hugo, but I think he did. I think that it was completely just how I would have treated a date. It was completely how I would have reacted to a date, and everything meshed well with Damien. Although I would have taken him out of that movie unless he wanted to stay, but I would have been like, it's okay, we can leave. Like, I would have said that. But other than that, and Kyle's weird moments, otherwise it worked well. I think that it worked the best with the way that Damien's dates went, and then the way that our characters interacted, and the way that it was written, and the way that our dad was. I 100% love Damien's. Hugo is right up there in second place. Like, they're pretty damn close, but yeah, Damien all the fucking way. Because Then, and you guys already know with Damien, or with Hugo, I really liked all the dates. That felt like, yes, the reason why second place is because slower progression, and slower progression into dating mode. I think the third date was really our date. Second date was kind of a date. I mean, second date was a date. Okay, second date was a date. First date wasn't, though. First date was, help me chaperone, please. Like, I need help. So, like, it definitely had a slower but faster escalated date kind of thing going on. It was the one that definitely caught me by surprise. But I would say he is right up there with Damien, but second place for me. As for all the rest, I kind of already explained this in this last route with Matt, is I think Robert would come next. No, Matt, I think is what it was. So Damien, Hugo, Matt and Robert are kind of tied for me for different reasons. I really liked Matt's. I liked how we meshed. It was super chill, but it wasn't very romantic. Robert's had a little more romance, although, like, it was very interesting in the way that they went about stuff. And I liked how deep it got, and it actually felt like we're serious about each other. I understand we can't be together, and that's okay. Like, it was a realistic situation, and I appreciated that. Matt's was super sweet, and he's a precious cinnamon roll, and we had a good time, but it was a lot slower than I would have liked. It was very, very inchwormy. Flirted first date, second date was like non-existent, and third date was a little flirting at the end, and that's it. But I like Matt as a person. I like the dates we did. So they're kind of tied for me. Then we got Brian, Joseph, and Craig. And I would say out of those three, I have a really hard time placing them because I like and dislike them for different reasons. I like the things I dislike about each one is Brian Our dad was a dick. Our dad was an utter dick, and I wanted to punch him in the face the entire fucking time, and it was just, he ruined everything. Joseph's route, Joseph's a dick. So it's the opposite. The dad we're dating is a dick. Just utter dick, the ending's terrible, whatever. Craig's negatives for me is he's very bro. It's just, it felt like a best friend thing the entire time until the end, but it was literally just like, bro. And even when we did admit we had friends, it was, bro, I got feelings for you. It was just like, not serious. But for me, that doesn't mesh well. For someone else, that totally could. And I know a lot of people that do love Craig. But just for me, I'm like, I would bust out laughing. I wouldn't have been able to take it seriously. But the positives for each of them is, for Brian, I really liked Brian. I loved Brian, and I actually really enjoyed his dates. I just hated our dad so much. But his dates were really good. I felt really engaged in all of them. I was laughing at anything that was, comedy relief or anything like that. The ending, the last date was really good, especially towards the end. The fact we could die. I just realized the last three I picked were all the ones you could die in. I didn't mean for that, but yeah, I really liked Brian completely otherwise taking our dad out of it. But our dad was in it, and I can't exclude that. For Joseph, I really liked it all up until, okay, and that's not true. I mostly liked it all up until the ending, but I really don't like the dynamic of having Mary there. That's not fair to Mary. Like, you just have a divorce first before you start dating other people, unless it's clearly like, we agree, but it doesn't count when they lie to you. Anyway, I don't like Joseph. I just don't. I like the way our characters meshed, but otherwise, it was just sadness. Oh, another plus of Brian, Daisy and Amanda. Daisy and Amanda all the fucking way. Anyway, so, and then Craig's positives is, it was friendly, it was super nice, it was friendly, and it was super sweet. It was a lot of caring about children. It was a lot of dadding out and reminiscing about old times. I think it's a really good friendship route. I don't think it's a date route, just personally, with how they treated it. Could have been made one, but it just felt way more like best friends for me. But it was super sweet. Craig's a sweetheart, and I really like that it teaches you how to take care of yourself, because Craig needed to do that, because he's type A workaholic. So I really like that they taught you how to calm that down, and like how to take care of yourself or look into yourself. So I really like that, but yes, those are my likes and dislikes. So all three, I will say it would probably go Craig because of the important lessons, and it was really sweet and stuff. Then Brian, mostly just because I wanted to punch my dad in the face so bad, and also because the dates wouldn't be something I would go on, whereas with Craig they might be. And then with, except for the carnival, but that was the kid's idea, so that doesn't count. And then Joseph's last, just because Joseph's a dick, the way he treats his wife, and then like his children are spawn of Satan. Just saying. So those are my thoughts on all of the routes, and kind of the order I put them in. I know it's not an exact order. I know I tied Robert and Matt there. But yes, knocked it out of the park, Hugo and Damien. I loved both of them so much. But I will say I like the relationship Damien has with also Lucian more than what during Hugo's playthrough Hugo had with Ernest. Although getting the dog apparently was a great idea. But you don't get that unless you date Damien. Guys, they're all in color! I've done them all. Adita's done. Thank you guys for sticking around. If you guys have watched every single romance, congrats. Way to be a trooper. And thank you for sticking around. Otherwise, it will all be edited and uploaded onto YouTube if you prefer an edited version where it just skips to the chase. Or if you like to see chat and like the rants, those are all archived on Twitch. So you get to see everything either way. But thank you guys so much for sticking around. Thank you guys so much.